Joining me on EverStand at Home is Andreas Jackson, a defender on our men's soccer team. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
So to start things off, I want to go back to the very, very beginning. How old were you when you started playing soccer, and what got you involved in the sport?
Well, okay, so when I started playing, I probably was around 3 or 4. It honestly wasn't anything too serious at the start, obviously just an introduction to the sport. My dad made sure to keep me involved in a lot of different things, basketball, baseball even. Honestly, the competitive edge that I have with my family, with my dad not knowing too much about soccer, it kind of drew me a little bit in that direction because I felt like I could get one up on him in a lot of instances.
So like I mentioned earlier, you're one of the defenders on our roster. Have you always played that position?
Not always. Obviously, from a younger age, we try players at different positions. So I started as striker for a little while, then went back to midfield. And me kind of growing up a little bit faster and a little bit stronger than a lot of other kids, they felt like it was best to put me in a defensive position, and I grew to love it.
So what would you say is your favorite part about being a defender?
Whew. I know I can say that, and probably a lot of my teammates would probably say I like to get into physical battles. So when I know I'm up against a fast striker, I love to, let them take a very big first touch, put my body in the way, and just knowing that I have control over that situation and knowing that they won't be able to get around me for me to play out, it's a great feeling for me.
So what was it about Winthrop and the soccer program that made you knew this was the right school for you?
It took some time for me to actually get accustomed to coming to Winthrop or accustomed to the idea of it. At first, I wasn't entirely sure if I wanted to come. It was a decent amount or a decent distance away from home, being from Atlanta, Georgia. But here on my visit, I had a very good time with Coach Ridenauer as well as with Cal Kinney. Coach Ridenauer is, strangely enough, pretty similar background to me. I was living in Memphis, Tennessee for quite some time, probably around 7 years in my early life. And then I moved over to Atlanta, and, Coach Ridenauer actually has a pretty similar background. He lived in Memphis for a lot of his early life, went to college there, and then later on moved to Atlanta and lived there for a little bit. So I think just having someone to kind of understand a little bit about the area I came from and the people I knew there was really nice to have here at a soccer program.
So this past season was kind of a breakout year for you. You were one of 2 players that started every game. You scored your first collegiate goal, and the team even advanced to the Big South quarterfinals. How special was this past year for you?
Oh, extremely special. I mean, in previous years, I didn't really get as much playing time as I probably would have wanted. So to be trusted by the coaches and also to be trusted by my teammates was initially already a great feeling. As far as like coming out to the field and being nervous, I mean, I already knew what my ability was. I knew what I had to do and what I had to do for my boys. So obviously big moments, scoring my first collegiate goal here at Winthrop was amazing to me. And the boys let me know they were proud of me as well.
So you're a member of the U.S. National Guard. What drove you to enlist?
To be fair, a little bit more towards the money. College can be expensive, especially being an out-of-state student. So both of my parents also were in the military. My dad was in the U.S. Army, so was my mom. It's actually how they met. And, as long as my mom was still kind of against it, my dad was always pushing for me to go because it's an experience. There's different people from all over the world that you get to meet. And it's the same thing, honestly, with soccer. We have so many international students from, Spain, Germany, Ireland. And it's just a different experience to get to experience culture from not just other people in different countries, but all around the States.
Okay, so before I let you go, I wanted to ask you about some of the style on the men's soccer team. I know a lot of your teammates have really great style, so I have some photos here of your teammates, and I want you to rank them on a scale from 1 to 10.
All right, I can do that.
All right, so first up.
Oh, my. Mark Carreras. 1 to 10, I'm going to have to give that, got to give my guy a 9.
All right, next up.
Woof. Jordy Mola, definitely a 10. Loves to show his chest.
All right.
Ooh, Jaden Mays. I have to give that more of a 6, just because I know that his style can be a bit better than portrayed in that picture.
Okay. What about Coach Ridenhour?
Oh, man. Yeah. Coach Ridenhour, the gaffer. Oh, man. He might sit me on the bench a little bit, but I might have to give that too.
You don't like
bold,
that?
bold statement, but I'm not entirely sure if I'm rocking with it.
All right, so last but not least.
Oh yeah, that's a 10. Come on, that's definitely a 10. And he's got the floral background. That might be the best dressed guy on the team.
That's a good one. It's definitely a good one. Well, I really appreciate your time today, and I appreciate you playing along.
Okay, thank you so much.